I want to highlight the fact that saying you're sorry and being accountable for your actions are not equal. They are completely different things. Let me explain what I mean by this in parenting. Let me tell you what I mean. So when someone says sorry, and even though the word sorry may not have originated this way, it may have had like actual meaning and accountability behind it a long, long time ago. But these days, the word sorry is just a placator. It is something that we do to kind of scoot around what we did without saying what we did and taking full ownership for our actions. So instead, we just say, I'm sorry. But it's like, okay, but for what? And how do I know you're sorry? What are you going to do to fix this? How will you make amends? Are you going to repair this rupture that you've caused? That's what saying sorry should mean. It shouldn't just be a word that we use to be like, oh, I feel kind of bad, and oh, that was inconvenient for you, sorry. No. And when you take accountability for something, then you say the things. You say, wow, I acknowledge how I treated you or what I did and how that affected you. I see how that affected you. Here's how I'm going to remedy that or make sure that I repair it so it doesn't happen again in the future. When we're teaching our kids to be accountable, a lot of parents just lean on them saying sorry, and that like takes care of it because they're equating saying sorry with being responsible for your actions. But I hate it when kids say sorry. To me, I was a teacher for 15 plus years and I don't need an empty apology. I don't need it from my partner. I don't need it from a kid. I don't need it from a friend. Like, I don't want it. What I want is behavior change. I want you to acknowledge that you played a part in whatever misery that has been caused, and I want you to make a plan for next time. And so what I notice whenever I'm working with children and when I'm working with families, because that's what I do now, is I coach parents to raise respectful, responsible, accountable children without harsh tactics. And when we have play dates and things, I can always tell, the kids who have been taught that you could just say sorry and that's all you need to do. For example, like my son got hurt, accident or on purpose, doesn't matter. He got hurt. The kid, my son's crying. The kid comes over. I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. Why are you crying? I'm sorry. Dad, I said I was sorry. It's like, okay, that doesn't help. Saying sorry doesn't make the pain go away. Saying sorry doesn't make the sadness end any quicker. Like, my son or any other kid still needs to feel all the things because what happened to them was impactful. And when we teach our kids or we force them to apologize, we are actually skirting the accountability when you think you're addressing the accountability. Instead, what I want you to do is I want you as the parent to go to the child who was wronged, whether it be your child or another child, and I want you to model a respectful repair. And I want you to model accountability. Oh my goodness. Tell me what happened. Oh, yes. Oh, you do not deserve to be spoken to that way. Absolutely. Yes. Okay. I'm so sorry that happened. Here's what we're going to do. So if you want to say sorry, fine, but it's here's what we're going to do. Here's the plan. And then you give the plan. The next time that I see my child or the next time that this happens, these are the steps we're going to take to make sure that your worth is protected and that everyone is safe and that everyone is enjoying themselves. And so when you're showing this to your kid and you're modeling how we repair it, we don't just say sorry. We come up with a plan to thwart the activity in the future or reduce the likelihood that it's going to happen at all. And if it does happen, because it will, because we're dealing with people, we err constantly, that we need to make a full circle meaningful repair. So stop teaching your kids, stop forcing them to apologize, stop requiring the I'm sorry, because that is the least of the concern. We need kids who are accountable. We need adults who are accountable, who say, I see how my actions negatively impacted you. I acknowledge that, and here's what I'm going to do about it. Does that work for you? Is there anything else you need from me? And then teaching our kids to check in on their friends. Hey, I noticed that your friend was crying. What's going on? Yeah, they were probably feeling left out, or they were probably feeling really sad. What can we do to make sure they feel included? What can we do to repair this? Do they need an ice pack? Take action steps. Teach your kids, show your kids how to take action steps. It takes a lot of modeling, and chances are you didn't have someone doing that for you. It is now your turn. You are the accountable one. Show your kids how to make a full repair. I teach parents how to do this in my one-to-one coaching. And it makes a huge difference in how amicable our children can be, how easy it can be to get along, how much more cooperative they are, how much more trustworthy they are. And we didn't have to bring in any threats, harsh punishments, or forced apologies. But like just showing them, modeling that, taking action steps towards your kid when you do them wrong, teaches them to do that to others, because sorry doesn't cut it. If you want to lead your kids with cooperation instead of coercion or forcing them to do things that you think are right, then I want you to hop on over to my bio, grab my Cooperation Toolkit, and you will have a coercion-free summer.